Well, I've never been to the book fair before. I mean, it's really exciting and a new experience. I was really proud of the fact that I had written a book about my family, because it's really about my family. It's about love and support and tradition and legacy and hard work and discipline. So those things were really important to me my whole life. Well, my name is Lorraine Rominger. The name of my memoir is The Rangity Tango Kids, story of a fifth-generation farm family in rural California. And I'm delighted to be in London at the book fair. It's very exciting. It's the first time I've been to a book fair with my book, so I'm really glad to be here. It took me a long time to write this book, and I guess I never really thought it was going to actually be in print and be published. So, it's kind of a dream. You write a book, you hope it's going to get published, you hope people are going to read it. So to be here and to do a signing and to have people interested is, kind of what I had hoped would happen. So it's a really exciting day. Well, initially I tried to write the book on my computer, and I kept deleting and going back and changing, and I never actually could get anything in print. And I took a writing class from an instructor who'd written several books, and he said to me, just get a book and write it longhand. It's much better, just do that. Until you put it down on paper, it's not your book. So that's what I did. And every day after work, I came home and I made myself write 5 pages, no matter how tired I was or what was going on in my life. And so the first draft took me 3 months. I felt compelled to write the book because my mother died at a very young age of a brain tumor. She had a glioblastoma. And they gave her a year to live, and she lived for 6 weeks. I was so lucky to grow up the way I grew up in the family that I had, the mother and father and grandparents on this farm with all my cousins and my siblings, that I just felt so lucky, and I really wanted to put our traditions in writing to save it for my nieces and nephews, and I really wanted to thank my mom and dad and my grandparents for such a wonderful life. I wrote the book a lot for my father, who was still living at the time. My mother had died, but I wrote it for my dad, and I wrote it for my nieces and my nephews and my grandnieces and my grandnephews, so they would understand the legacy and the traditions that my family had passed down for almost 200 years. And I was hoping that people would be interested and read my book. Well, I just hope they will understand that it was written with such love and appreciation for a wonderful life, and that they will understand the importance of family and the importance of supporting one another and always being there for each other, and the importance of hard work and being accountable and being responsible, and how important those things are in life and how much they develop who you become as a person. I'm really proud of the fact that I wrote this book, and that you have taken an interest in me and my book, and that I'm here signing my book and sharing it with other people, and I hope they'll enjoy it. I just hope people will find an interest in, rural life and farming and where food comes from. And I think a lot of people are interested in living in the country and raising their own food, and a lot of my friends now have their own chickens. And so, a lot of this book it's about rural living, and I've fed the chickens and hunted the eggs and milked the cow with my grandpa. And so I just hope people will find, country living and farm life interesting. This is only the beginning of what I hope will be the beginning of my writing career, because I do plan to write a book to follow up with the Rangity Tango Kids. What I would say to my readers about my book is that I wouldn't trade growing up on the farm with the family I had for anything in the world. And I loved the world that I was born into. I'm not as crazy about the world I'm growing old in. Being here at this moment at the London Book Fair with the Maple Staple represents a completion of the book that I've worked on for years to share with people. And I know that my family is really proud of the fact that I was able to do this and finish it, and I'm really proud too.